You know, I've been wanting to do a video on flexibility, and I'm going to use this for lots of different purposes. The main purpose is for my class, but also for some of you wrestling people out there that want some more information on flexibility. Some of this stuff probably seems pretty simple, but these are some of my favorite stretches that I think you should be doing on a regular basis. So, you know, one of the main ones is just your hamstring flexibility. So a sit and reach with your leg in, your leg flush to the mat. I want to reach up, get extension, and fold. Okay, and when I get in this position, I'm trying to put my head to my knee. I'm trying to make it a little bit ballistic, so maybe there's a little bit of bouncing at the end, but then I'm holding and pushing myself into the stretch. Okay, I'm trying to get relaxed and then stretch a little bit more. I might keep both my cheeks down, stretch towards the middle, go back over it, sit up, and go again. Go this way, open up, and really feel the stretch along here. Same thing on both sides. Okay, obviously both legs out, pressing to the middle, trying to press your chest into the mat. You can point your toes. Sometimes I like to keep my toes up, dorsiflex and stretch my Achilles tendon. Left, right, or left, right. To the left, other left. Really get into that stretch. Okay. So while we're down here, stretching your groin. Obviously for our sport, we need to be really flexible in our groin, but this is a great way to improve your flexibility fast. So I'm gonna go legs out, okay, and try to get as wide as I can here and put my hands on the mat, okay? My quads are locked, which is stretching my hamstring. I can stretch my glutes by pushing back into it and dropping my chest in to each side, okay? Now I can go down to my elbows, and I sort of just rock back a little bit for that stretch. And I can squeeze my quads to stretch, and then I can push back up to my hands. So I go down and back. This one I gotta do slow because it's tight. It's tight. Left, right, down, up to your hands. Try to push backwards. Okay. Whew. I can go front split. I get into my heel. Try to split it as far as I can. Stretch. Rock left, right. Now I'm gonna take my knee and my heel, and I'm gonna try to squeeze my feet together. So, and then I'll slide another inch. Squeeze. Slide. Turn. Go the other way. Move back. Rock into it. Squeeze. Stretch a little bit further. Be careful on this one, okay? Two great stretches, okay? Stand up, I get my hamstrings. I'm gonna reach up, bend at the waist, throw, try to take my hands to the mat. See if I can get my palms down. Grab my heels, pull my head down, hold. Come up, I want to roll up one vertebrae at a time to the top. Again, reach up. Really get this stretch in my back. Bend. And get that great stretch. Okay, I got some more for you. Okay, so another one, this one is really great. You know, if you want to get this hip mobility, flexibility, and have some balance down here where we can get into these positions easier, okay, for wrestling, but just in terms of our body flexibility. Now granted, some of us are more flexible than others naturally, but this hip flexibility, we lose a lot, especially as we get older, okay? This drill, doesn't really matter how old you are, unless you're super flexible already, is great. So come over to the top, you know, I'm gonna walk, I'm gonna sit with my butt as close to the wall as I can, and then I walk my feet down, and I get my elbows inside my knees. The key is to keep your feet straight and try to keep them flat. So I'm squeezing a little bit, and I'm trying to keep my butt as close to the wall, sitting in this position See if you could read a book, you know, 5 minutes, start with 2 minutes, because it can be painful. It's gonna be an extreme stretch on your back, your glutes, and your groin, okay? Try to get your feet flat, and you will feel the stretch. When you get up from this one, I tell you what, you feel the freedom in your hips that you haven't felt in a while, especially getting done this stretch. So try that one. Obviously I like, come over this way. So we're getting more this way. Obviously I like calf raises, okay? Pushing your heels into the mat, okay? We can stretch the front of our wrists, the back of our wrists here. You know, a lot of us lack the flexibility, especially if we want to get into doing some Olympic lifts. We lack the flexibility here in our wrists, so this is a great stretch here for our wrists. Just roll back and forth, go the other direction. Okay, do the front of my hands, same way. Get a little roll in there. Okay. Behind your head, elbows, and I love PVC pipes to stretch. So taking these, working on your shoulder flexibility and mobility. I'm gonna take my shoulders up and over, up and over. I can take it like this, hold it like a sword, flip it, and work on more wrist and elbow, shoulder flexibility. Okay, from behind, here, grabbing it, working on my flexibility here, pulling down, shortening this, trying to stand up straight. Okay, really good stuff with this. Okay, so ways to use movement to make yourself more dynamic and more flexible, right? I think we all know, you know, we call them Frankensteins. So, you know, a dynamic that I'll try to keep my foot, put my hand, and let my hamstring go. Those are awesome, right? More ones for your hips and groin and balances. Duck walking is great for your flexibility. Okay, really this one is. Woo. And you gotta go backwards. Okay, but duck walking is a great way to dynamically work on your mobility as well as your flexibility. Okay, if I did a rock over step, for you guys that have seen some of my other videos, know about the rock over step. We do it slow, we're really gonna get a great stretch, popping those hips, but it's really about that stretch first. I stretch my groin, and I really can do this one slow, go get the other side of my hip. I want to feel comfortable and have tons of freedom in there, okay? And then my last favorite is this backward roll to split. So we're learning low gymnastics, but really not gymnastics, this would be tumbling. I start in that split position we did before. I put my hands down, I'm gonna go to my butt, turn, whip it over, and find my feet again. I go the other direction, I start down in a split. I might stretch both ways. First, go back, rock back, find the mat. I'm going over my shoulder. You know, if I was hella more practice, I'd probably go for my head. But work on those things, okay? You've been Creighton trained. Okay, so we're looking for stuff, dynamic stuff that you can move and become more flexible, right? On the move. So inchworms, okay? Most people know inchworms, but these are great. Most people don't do them. At least they don't do them right. So I'm gonna bend over. I'm gonna go down to that hamstring flex position where my hands are on the mat. I'm gonna keep my heels flat as long as I can. I walk my hands out, and I'm in a plank position. Now, I'm gonna walk my toes back. My legs are locked now. Heels flat, heels flat, heels flat, heels flat, heels flat, all the way back to my hands. Come all the way up. Do it again. Walk, 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 walk. Discipline. Now I'm here in plank. Trying to get my heels flat, heels flat, heels flat. All the way back to my hands. Okay, one more time. Here, fold, inch out like an inch worm. Okay, walk, 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 walk. It's gonna build strength in that backside. Okay, a lot of strength. Do it. Okay. More dynamic movements, flexibility, strength. Okay, Cossack squats, or sometimes I call them Russian side lunges. I'm just gonna step out and I'm gonna do a side lunge. I want to keep my toes pointed the same direction, and try to keep my chest up. The more flexible you get, the better you'll be able to do it. But as I step out, I'm gonna try to drop my butt all the way in, keep my chest up, stand up. Okay, I can turn. I want to move down the floor with it. I'm not gonna roll my ankle. I can either go heel up or keep my heel flat and push back up. I can stay in the same place and do a set of 10. Right, pop, and I'm going down. See, I lost my balance. Want to keep my chest up as I press into that heel, okay? I think balance-wise, it's a little bit easier to keep your heel down, but, you know, let's challenge yourselves. So you do 3 sets of 10, that'd be a great workout, okay? All of these things, you could do 3 sets of 10, and you get some good sets and reps there, okay? Work, work. Okay, so your back flexibility, okay? And I probably should do a lot more of these myself, just for my lower back health. We're learning to bridge. We want to stay away from bridging on our necks right now. We're going to just bridge using just our feet. Do what we call a hip bridge. As I push through the bottom of my feet, I'm flexing my quads, I'm strengthening the muscles around my knee, my backside, press up and hold. Okay, we call these hip bridges, and you're developing some flexibility in your lower spine. Okay, set to 10, do it.